Hey, it's Rick here, and today I'll be showing you the new Trent Powerpak iCarrier. Now, if you are not familiar with what a device like this is, it's basically an external rechargeable battery, and it's really good for those of you who maybe find yourself on the road a lot. You travel, you maybe go to expos or conventions a lot, and you don't have easy access to a wall outlet to charge, let's say, your mobile device, your tablet, your digital camera, your MP3 device, or even your handheld gaming device. So this is going to solve that problem. Here's the box that it ships in, and just to call out a couple of stats here, this is a 12,000 mAh 3.7 volt capacity battery. It's going to have about 500 recharge cycles on it, and it's got two USB ports on it, so you can charge up two devices at one time. I will link in the description of this video where you can pick this up. And in that link, it's going to give you some additional stats about this battery as well. Now, inside of the pack, you're going to have a brief instruction manual that you find right here. You're also going to get a wall plug, and this is to charge up your battery. So one thing to note about this, we kind of find two different styles of these batteries. Some of them are going to come with a wall plug like this, an AC adapter, and this is simply going to plug in right here. Other batteries are going to, instead of have an AC adapter like this, they'll have a micro USB cord that plugs into the battery on one end, and on the other end, the USB cord will plug into, let's say, your computer. Or if you've got an adapter such as a iPhone or iPad charger, you can plug the other end into there. So it's a matter of preference. I personally like the USB a little bit better because it eliminates the need for kind of a clunky plug like this, but you know, hey, whatever. You're also going to get a couple of plugs here. So this is a USB extender. This is a USB to micro USB on the other end for the cable. And you're also going to get a pouch. So this is kind of a velour travel pouch. When you're not using the battery, you can put it in there and put it in a bag or something like that, and it'll keep it safe. Now, this battery is a kind of a matte finish. It's not shiny, so it is going to eliminate the amount of fingerprints you see on it. There's kind of a blue edging or trim all the way around it. And it's pretty small, I gotta say. I mean, let me pull in my iPhone 5 here and you'll see from a height perspective, it's definitely not as tall. From a depth perspective or how thick it is, well, you can kind of see for yourself. I don't know, maybe you add another iPhone and a half, so 2.5 iPhones in height maybe. Point I'm trying to get at, it's not bad, and the weight is not that bad either. Now, I already showed you this. This is your DC in for your plug, so you can charge this thing up before you head out on the road. And then you've got two outputs, two USB outputs right here. There's a power button here, and you can tell where you're at with battery charge, low, medium, or high, simply by pressing that power button, and you're going to see lights come on. Two lights right in the mid is showing me that this battery is halfway full or halfway empty, depending on how you want to call it. And I could charge it up from there to get it all the way full. Now, this is really simple to use. All you got to do is get your cable, plug it into either one of these USB ports. And I've got the iPhone 5 that I'm going to charge up here. So I plugged one end in here. I'm going to take the other end, plug it in right here. And that's it. It just goes away and it starts charging and doing its thing. Now, as I mentioned, you can actually do two devices at one time. Let me go ahead and plug another USB cable in. I've got a iPad 3rd generation here that I'm going to charge up at the same time. And there we go. You can see that's charging too. So the nice thing is you can definitely charge up two things at one time. Your preference on what you're going to do, but it is definitely possible and it works really, really well. I like this battery. It's pretty cool. It's small. It doesn't show a whole heck of a lot of fingerprints. On the negative side, just a couple of things, and these are kind of minor gripes, but the first one would be the charging pack for the battery itself. Instead of going with the USB cable, which is a little bit more universal, they went with an AC adapter, so it's a little bit bigger, a little bit more bulky, but again, a minor gripe. And then the other thing is after charging for a while, especially if you're using two at once, this bottom area gets warm. Definitely not a big deal. I mean, that's the nature of these batteries. Probably has to do with maybe a little bit thinner material being used here. Doesn't shield it as much. It's not a risk. It's not a problem. It just gets a little warm to the touch. Nothing unbearable. Overall, I am going to give the new Trent Powerpak iCarrier a 4.5 out of 5. Great battery, and I would say if you're on the road a lot and you need external battery power, this is the way to go. The new Trent Powerpak iCarrier gets my 4.5 out of 5. If you guys have questions, comments, or feedback, as always, please feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Take care, everybody, and have fun.